All of these facts about vegetarians are 100% true and have been independently verified by the organisation known as My Brain. Vegetarians can only be killed by a horde of angry vegans throwing broccoli at them. Vegetarians know exactly why the chicken is crossing the road and every day endeavour to help it in its mission. The first worldwide vegetarian organisation fell into anarchy after just 2 weeks because they couldn't decide which one was better, carrots or parsnips. If a vegetarian consumes a carrot at midnight, they're automatically granted the power to have X-ray vision. However, if they consume a parsnip, they can turn into a giant rabbit. You can obviously see why this was such a contentious issue. On their 50th birthday, vegetarians are taken to a secret underground bunker where they are given a lifetime supply of gelatin-free party rings. All vegetarians think that Hazel Grace Lancaster should be the president of the Netherlands. Every time a vegetarian hears the wail, "But what about bacon?" they're immediately granted 3 wishes by the nearest talking pig. Every time corn is purchased from a supermarket, the eyes of a vegetarian will glow green for approximately 0.001 seconds. All vegetarians like tofu because any vegetarians that didn't like it were kidnapped and hypnotised for at least 6 months until they decided it was the best food ever. Vegetarians don't cry while cutting onions. Vegetarians can't set foot on aeroplanes, instead they travel around in the bellies of whales. But obviously the most important fact is in the course of filming all of those facts, I finished a delicious bowl of vegetarian ravioli. I've been vegetarian for over a year now, and it's not something that I actually like talking about because of the whole stereotype of the obnoxious, self-righteous vegetarian who goes around shoving it down everyone's throat. But on the same hand, it is something I feel quite strongly about, but on my third hand, you can't lecture people. That's not really your place and it's not going to help. I'd actually wanted to be vegetarian for 2 years before I cut out meat and fish and seafood, etc. out of my diet. I'd known about like battery farming with chickens. That's something that's pretty well known about. And then I used to review books for Penguin on this website called Spine Breakers, and one of the books they sent me to review was called Eating Animals, and it's by Jonathan Safran Foer. He's also written Extremely Loud, Incredibly Close, which is a work of fiction, but this Eating Animals was about him travelling around all these different places in America where they farm animals and talking about the conditions that these animals live in. After that, I did have a few attempts of being vegetarian, but always fell off the bandwagon. But then the Lent, not just the last one, but the one before, I decided to go cold turkey, and this time I succeeded. I'm not exactly sure what made this time different from all the others. I think part of it was something I wanted badly enough, and I always felt like I'm definitely going to do this at some point in my life, even if I don't achieve it now. And now I don't really miss meat that much. I feel like a lot of meat eaters tend to look a vegetarian diet as one where you're kind of deprived and you're really missing out. But there is a lot of good vegetarian food, a lot more than people realise. And I do genuinely love tofu and parsnips. Yes, I picked a side on that very decisive battle. I now have a Tumblr for this channel called Elephants and Pancakes. I'll put that below because this channel was called Ellies and Pancakes, which leads people understandably to think my name is Ellie, but it isn't actually. It's Ayomide. I picked Ellie's because I was 14 and I had elephants on the brain for some reason, but the Tumblr's name has got elephants in it, and the whole point is that I want to have like clippings around my different videos. So for today's one, I'm just going to put up like different vegetarian recipes on there, and hopefully I'll add other interesting stuff around what I've been talking about in different videos. I know quite a few of you are actually vegetarians, and what I'm particularly interested in seeing is if you were raised as vegetarian and if you saw that as your parents imposing their beliefs on you, or it's something that you did believe strongly in from what your parents told you, or whether you think you might eat meat in the future. So that concludes today's video of completely true facts. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Bye!